Oh,
Oh, thank you. Got
want you to know that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me.
Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Invisible Song Club. My name is Mark Davis-Stallard, and this is
Angela R. Campbell.
I'm putting on there. Okay, I'm just checking, make sure the sound is coming through, so give me a sec. There she is. I heard you, so we're good. We're live. Sorry, we're just we've been bitten once severely with the audio issues, so we are not taking any chances today. Okay, so brand new show. It's we've been kind of talking about. We've been planning on doing something together for a long time, Angela and I. And I kind of came up with the idea of doing a review. Angela came back and said, "Let's make it a song club, and we'll get everybody involved." And I thought, what's such a great idea? And so here we are. We've got two great songs from two great acts, Canadian acts, that we're going to talk about. One of them is Black Eyed SUZIE and their phenomenal song Back to You, and Lyric Dubee's Sudden Death of Stars. Very dramatic title. So, yeah. So here we are, Song Club. Where do we go from here, Angela?
First of all, Mark, I would like to say that I'm very happy to be here with Mrs. Stellard's son, Mark. And Mark is the, he's in a band called All in the Mind. Did I get that right, Mark?
It's All in the Mind. All in the Mind was taken already, yeah.
Band. And he's also the director of a YouTube show that we do together called Cannabis Castle. And of course, he is a podcaster and has the Invisible Man show. So Mark's a busy guy. His reason for being, for the most part, is to promote music, his own music, other people's music, just music in general. He's a music lover, as I am. And that's also my purpose, to promote music and let people know that there's a lot of great Canadian music out there. Mark focuses on all music around the world, but I focus mainly on Canadian indie, and I'm very happy to be here with you, Mark. This is great. Like, the setup is really cool, and hopefully people really enjoy us.
Yeah, hopefully.
And enjoy participating.
Yeah, that'd be great. And just so everybody knows, the show it's called The Invisible Man Show, is the main show, and me, Phil, and Ryan are hosts, and we call ourselves Invisible Mans. And now we've actually have Angela join us as an Invisible Ma'am. So there we go. Just want to get that out. So we're good. Yes. So.
How many people do we have online? I can't really see. Or do we have?
I am seeing currently 11, which is actually pretty good for a first show.
Whoa, 11!
Shaleem,
that's great. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, no, yeah. Shaleem has joined us, is already commenting. He's saying sound is good, which is great. Yeah. And he also says, he's saying this, and I agree with him, Mark is a great animator as well.
It's true. I agree with him as well.
So what I'm actually hoping from all of this is that we're going to be, I'm going to get exposed to some music that I might not otherwise listen to. The whole show, just like the Invisible Man show, it's about broadening horizons. It's not about me presenting music that I like necessarily, right. not that I dislike any of the music we've had on, but it's about broadening those horizons. We've had some country. Before we started doing the show, both Ryan and I would have said we're not country music fans. We've been exposed to a lot of country music through the Invisible Man. I now have a real appreciation and enjoyment for it, particularly when you realize how much.
I'm very entertained by a lot of the country music lyrics, actually.
Yeah.
They're pretty funny.
Yeah, some of them are. And it's particularly when you realize that how many of the different kinds of music that previously we might have said I don't like them, or we don't like them, how much have actually have influenced us in our own music creation as well. Particularly country music is one of those that is greatly maligned, but it's just like if country music and blues, if we didn't have those two, we wouldn't have modern music, right? We wouldn't have modern pop. So part of that is expose ourselves to things, music that we wouldn't otherwise listen to. No.
Mark, I think the key here is a well-written song is a well-written song, and it doesn't matter what genre it is. And I think that's what we're going to be discussing here a lot today and in future episodes, is just, when we come across these musicians and they have come out with a song that we just go, wow, that's really great. That's what it's all about. It's the well-written song, and what makes it a well-written song. What is it we want to hear in a song? What are the elements of the song that really hook us in? And, that's the discussion today. And hopefully people are putting things in the comments for you to read, Mark, so that you can read them out loud and tell us what everybody else thinks about songwriting and song listening and the two songs that we're discussing today.
Yeah, so we're going to have a couple of different approaches. We're going to have some, I'm sure we're going to have some very different approaches. Angela's a music lover. She's done a lot of work. There's a really high quality videos on her YouTube channel, so go check that out. Just a very impressive work she's done. Yeah. And actually, if you can't find her, go to the Invisible Man show page. We have a playlist with Angela's work linked to it, so go check that out. If you can't find it one way, find it the other. And of course, I'm a songwriter, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time looking at lyrics, just looking at the expectations and the patterns and what the things that I might do or not do or do or avoid when I want to try and make a song a little bit more interesting. We've got two completely different songs with two completely different approaches. Not planned. That's just these are the songs that we picked, songs that we love greatly. So, have we talked enough? Should we go to the music?
I think we should go to the music. Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay. So I am. Okay. So we are because of the copyright Nazis, the Nazi algorithm. We can't play much of the songs. We can't play the whole thing. We're going to get shut down. So we're hoping we can get away with a 20 second clip.
Well,
and then we'll come back.
If I need just for a moment, Mark.
Yep.
This is a song club. It's very much like a book club. And at a book club, you are to read the chapter before you get together as a group, and then on that day discuss the chapter that you read. So this is the same thing. We can't play the whole song for you. It would take too much time anyway. So the point is for you guys to listen to the song ahead of the show, and then at the show we can all discuss it. And that's our song club. Right.
Sounds good. And I just want to, we have a few people join us. So Shalem, okay, so I've mentioned Shalem already. He said, I think the authenticity in music, even if it's in a style that I don't normally listen to, like country, so authenticity. Paulette Goujon, I hope I pronounced that right. Here to hear new music. Great start. Tamara Dubee. Angela is a great supporter of Canadian music! Exclamation mark.
Tamara Dubee is Lyric Dubee's mother.
Aha, okay. Well, then I'll be gentle with him when it comes to his turn.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure at all, no. Okay, so we're going to play a little clip of Black Eyed Susie's song, Back to You, and then we'll come back with some of our thoughts.
For the life you'll never know. And as I make my way through the junction line at Highway 69, see me staring out the window, looking for the signs to take me back to you.
There we go. Let's bring me back there. So probably no. Actually, I'm not going to tell you. I was going to say something positive, but that might mar what you're saying. It's your turn. What do you think, Angela? What was your initial thoughts when you were listening to this song?
That song, Black Eyed Suzie is a really great band. Very hard to Google people because there's a lot of Black Eyed Suzie on the internet there. But if you put Winnipeg next to it, then I find it's a really easier search. But Black Eyed Suzie is a really nice band. The lead singer has a beautiful voice. This song in particular is just a perfect example of folk music. So it's very folky. It tells a really nice story. I think, Mark, you're going to go more in depth with the lyrics, but the story is beautiful. And it's just a really easy listening. I do have one negative thing to say, but it's not about the song. It's about the recording. But this happens with an indie band. They don't have a lot of money to put into really good recordings. And you can hear the scratch on the guitar. And some people, I think, will think that's nice. It's very authentic and very raw. And so it's got a cute factor. But it irritated the heck out of me. So that was my only criticism, but I love the song.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of those that kind of like the hearing the fingers on the strings. There are occasions when it can be overpowering. I didn't find that at all. In fact, I can't say I really noticed, to be honest. So maybe that's part of
really?
It didn't grate on me at all, because that was just kind of what I expected. I do folk music is kind of one of my first loves, and then of course the old 50s, 60s rock and roll. So I into folk music, listening to the 70s, 80s. A lot of that stuff was way worse than anything indies put out now.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, people remember those old vinyls from back in the day, and you could hear every mistake. And I mean, people would even speak at the end of the song or the beginning of the song. And that it made it cute. It made it nice to, like, you felt like you were in the room.
Right.
So some people like that. In this particular song, I didn't like it, but this speaks to the way that we listen to music as well. So Mark, just so you understand how I listen to music, I love percussion. So anything that's really percussive and the deeper tones of a song are what I really pick up on. Other people are more into the melody or more into a higher pitched tone. We all have different ears, and we all have different experiences in life and different voices in our worlds, and it all matters, who you are and where you come from, and how your ears are built in terms of how you listen to music. So for me, it's percussion, and the squeaky was driving me crazy.
Okay. Shalem actually says, squeaky strings, yes, I noticed it, brings a sense of reality to me.
Yeah,
so it's kind of funny. We have kind of three perceptions for the same thing. It was there, and I didn't. So it's kind of funny, one extreme to the other. So for what I really enjoyed about I've known Black Eyed SUZIE. They've been a guest on the Invisible Man show a couple of times, and I was lucky enough for Christine Merrick, who wrote the song, to send me an MP3. So I got my own copy. That's great. And I've listened to it many, many times. For me, this is ridiculously. I found it flawless. So I was wondering what, if anything, there was negative about this. But I guess I'm drawn by the melodies, by the harmony, and the lyrics. I don't know if I had a chance to read the lyrics in depth, but they are listed on, I think, SoundCloud. I think it is on their website as well.
It's on the link that we sent out to everyone.
Right,
to look
whichever ones that was, and all the links for the music and everything is in the description for the stream. So Facebook, just look up; for YouTube, look down. All the information should be there. So you can anyhow, so we're looking at the lyrics, and I think this is where I think both of the two songs are going to be in contrast with each other, and I won't say anything about the lyrics song until we get to it. But this one is almost a complete narrative. It's a story, has a beginning, middle, and an end. It pulls you in, just reading it without the music. It pulls you into a story that is kind of distant. You can feel the haze in the memory, but you feel like that there's something real there, and you've got the feel of being on the train lines, on the train tracks, with those memories, and it kind of builds the real emotions of having missed the person that's gone, and ends on a very positive note that the memory is always. It's always going to be there, and this is just keeping that person alive in the mind. It's such a beautiful piece, and it stands on its own as a beautiful piece of poetry. You can read this without the
Yeah.
music. You can read it out loud. It is, for me, almost a complete work of art. I'm going to ooze, sorry. But it's one of those songs that you should feel yourself crying by the end of it. But it's such a positive feeling that you it's like, that's nice. It's sad, but it's nice and it's warm. It's one of those, just a very well crafted piece of literature, regardless of what I find to be a very intuitive backing. So we've got the double tracked guitars, we've got the bass, you've got the slowly gathering together, and then you get the brushes on the snare, and you feel like there's trains in the distance there. You feel that's going. So I think overall it just comes up. For me, it just comes across as a really, really wonderful piece of art, all by as a whole, let alone in its pieces. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm oozing.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, I listen to music differently. So for me, it's I was listening to sounds in the song more than I was listening to the lyrics. I'm not sure about you, but there weren't any lyrics that hooked me, like repetitious stuff that I would sing along to. That wasn't happening. I was listening to the story, but I was getting carried away by the mood of the music and the way that the music was taking me on this journey. So I don't know that I was listening as carefully to the lyrics as you were. I did read the lyrics, so that's where I understand what you're talking about with poetry. But when I listen to music, I'm listening for the mood of it, how I'm feeling it in my chest. Like I said, any percussion I can get out of it. But I noticed that this song had a lot of depth. It's perfect folk. This is exactly what a folk song should sound like. And it had a lot of depth instrumentally. And like I said, I'm sorry, I can never remember the lead singer's name. What's her name?
Christine. Yeah. Christine Merrick.
Pardon?
Christine Merrick.
Merrick. That's right, Christine Merrick. So Christine Merrick has a beautiful voice. I just love her voice, and I have heard her sing other songs. When you told me that you had chosen a Black Eyed Suzie song, I knew exactly who you were talking about because she'd already caught my eye, or my ear rather. And her other songs are well written as well. She's just a good songwriter. So, but like I said, the way that we're listening to it is a little bit different because I'm not getting as caught up in the lyrics and the melody. I'm getting more caught up in just the flow of the song. It flowed really nicely. It was, it took you to a nice place. Like you said, I wasn't crying at the end. No,
you got to just start reading and you realize what it's about. Well, when we're done, I just want to read a little blurb from the YouTube video. Go check that out if you haven't already. But there's a little blurb, little personal notes, which I think is well worth reading once we're done.
Okay, no.
Again, I mean, I didn't read that out early because I think the song should be judged by its own merits rather than the song should do what does the song achieve is more important than what the song was intended to achieve, right? Those are two different things.
Yeah.
But we can talk about both. Well, so we'll talk. I've already talked about the song there. We got some comments from the book club members in the chats. So Randy Elio, good tune, kind of short. Hopefully means my clip. It's only 20 seconds. It's actually about a 2 or 3 minute song. Anyway, what about 80s classic Canadian rock? Triumph and April Wine.
We are taking requests. If there are any songs, not bands necessarily, but if there's a particular song that you would like to bring forward to the song club, then we will. We can do that in future shows. So please do give us your comments. Let us know who you'd like to talk about, what song you'd like to talk about that's really caught your ear, and yeah, we're going to be doing this every week.
Yeah. And we are not going to run out of songs. There are lots of good ones. So back to the members. Shalem says the lyrics show that quite a lot of thought has been put into them. They do They do tell a story. I get a sense of something real, authentic, and yes, works even without the music poetry. And he goes on to say it embodies some of the best of what folk music is about. Agree with Mark. Well, there you go. I knew that was the reason why I invited you, Shalene.
Mark likes it when you agree with him. That's good.
Sometimes I like it.
You have your friends list. Show your friends.
Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I like a good argument as well, or a good discussion. But
well, that's what I'm for.
that's right. Yeah, surprising everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I think I had some other thoughts. I think I pretty much covered the high level of what I was going to say. Do you have any additionals before we move on?
I just would like to say to the Song Club that if you're not live with us right now and you're watching after the fact,
here's a reminder. It's 4 p.m. and Angela needs to stop talking.
Alexa says we should stop talking. we're past our schedule, Mark.
So
Here's a reminder.
Okay, let's stop.
Alexa, open the pod bay doors. She's not going to do it.
She only listens to me. Sorry. I can't remember what I was saying now.
Exactly.
Oh. So what I wanted to say was that if anyone is joining us after the fact, please be sure to give us your comments about the songs and let us know what you think. We can bring it up next week in the next episode of the Invisible Song Club. So your comments won't be lost. We will talk about it.
Okay.
All right. That's all I have to say. Let's move on.
Okay. So tell us about Lyric.
Alexa, who is Lyric Dubee?
Here is a biography of Lyric Dubee, award-winning singer and songwriter known for having released 4 albums before the age of 18. He earned the title of the 2014 Most Promising Youth at the Barry Arts Awards until 2015 title for Best Young Songwriter at the Toronto Independent Music Awards for his songs Black Ice and Bridge to Nowhere. He was born and raised in Barrie, Ontario.
Oh.
Thank you.
No worries.
No worries, Cobber. Yeah, you're Australian Google employee. Okay, right. We go. Great, let's go.
So further to who Lyric Dubee is, I've known Lyric since he was 12. He's one of the first interviews that I did, actually. Back in 2011, when I started my blog, I came across this kid who was just incredibly talented. But not only that, he just had this grown-up personality. And on stage, he owned the stage. I noticed him first on a Rogers cable television show, and I was blown away. And then I posted about him on my Facebook page, and a friend of mine, Virgil Scott, who's a music producer in Toronto, picked up on that and decided to invite Lyric to an annual New Year's Eve party that he did every year. That was basically a jam session for all of the most amazing R&B artists in Toronto. And Lyric got up on stage with them and performed and blew everyone away. Like he was just a little kid. It was crazy. Do you have that clip?
Yeah, let's maybe play that after we've talked about the song.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, let's talk about the song first, and then we can put it in context.
Okay, so I'll move on to the
actually,
song.
no, yeah, and I'll also read that piece out from the YouTube on Black Eyed SUZIE. I forgot to do that at the end of that piece, so we'll do that as well at the end.
Okay.
Afterwards. Okay. All right. So we'll hear the clip first of the song. So we'll hear the clip of the song. It's a short 20-second piece. Sudden Death of Stars. Hopefully this works.
Okay.
There we go. Kind of expecting it to be longer. I want some more.
Go first.
Indeed, for sure. Well, this is well, first of all, I want to just talk about the quality of the recording. It's absolutely, it is different between 9-day, and visually I could see it when I cropped these clips out, and then so I could produce them there. You could see the waveform is really quite low for the Black Eyed Susie one. Obviously they hadn't had it mastered. So this one was actually maxed out. There was almost no peaks and troughs during the chorus. So that means it's been maximized and compressed and will probably sound perfect on the radio. So that would be my first point there, is that I feel there's been a lot of money being put into the production of this thing, and it comes across. So if you haven't put a lot of money into it, kudos. It really sounds like it's been through multiple professionals' hands before it got released. I thought the music was the melody, actually the whole composition was excellent. Have no nothing negative to say at all, other than the feeling I got when the song opens, which is a piano bing, plus a couple of notes, single melody, and then you got the drum coming in with a paradiddle, and I'm thinking, this is the first time I heard it. This is very cinematic, and the camera's looking at a military graveyard. That's what I thought. So it was like that. Maybe some people there are just saying goodbye to a loved one. That's apparently is not what I don't know if that's what the song is about. The video isn't like that at all. The video is just a performance video. Very well done. So I did find that it pulled a lot of emotion from me right from the start. So obviously there's a sense of loss, and none of we got there's bass, a couple of guitars, a keyboard, synthesizer. None of those instruments stood out, which for me was absolutely a godsend. So often you'll get a lot of rock bands, they'll be, I've got a guitar, wow! And then they're right in your face, and it's here we are. And I was so glad by the time it ended that we didn't have that, because that would have ruined the song. But melodically, it caught my attention, made me wondering what this is about. I was pulled right into the climax of the chorus with "Sudden Death of Stars," which I will talk about now, was the lyrics. Completely different from the Black Eyed Susie lyrics. And I'd asked Angela if I could do this second, just so we could juxtapose them. Is that the lyrics don't really tell a narrative. There's no beginning, middle, and end. It's a lot of disjointed phrases that, by themselves, that they poke at your emotions a little bit. So don't follow me, losing my own sympathy. You've kind of been there, right? This obviously is about some kind of a breakup, a loss. What I did find jarring was the loss is, I've broken up with someone, I regret it. The bed's empty. I wish you were there. There's a couple of nice phrases. Haunting my own memories, images of you and me, distances my melody. Wonderful, wonderful word. Really get some emotions. However, the only negative or non-positive thing I could say is that the sudden death of stars came out of nowhere. It's like, the world has ended, and that's kind of what that is. But these minimalistic lyrics, they do push for an emotion, and it absolutely that matches the climax of the music. And again, not a negative. It's just, that's the kind of music that has these short little phrases. You can't tell a big long story. And I think he's done a very good job of pulling out some of those emotions. I was just a little jarred. The sudden death of stars just seemed way too dramatic for a simple breakup. Yeah, otherwise, great song. Go out and buy it, everyone. This guy is very super talented. Over to you.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, Dubee's been producing music since he was like 12 years old. He's been recording and publishing music, writing his own songs since he was like 12. He's been to all kinds of recording studios in Canada and the US, and he's learned a lot. So, you mentioning that this is a very well recorded song, that's the level that Lyric has gotten to. He's only like 21 years old now.
A baby.
And he is absolutely a professional musician and a studio musician. And he knows what he's doing. And he has recording equipment at home as well. He actually, I don't know if I told you this, Mark, but he actually created a song for my YouTube channel. And it's called Oh Just Eat It. And he wrote it for me because I asked him to, and I have licensed the music from him. So he has the capability at home to record his own songs if he wants to. But I think he does go further and go into studio for that. So let me just tell you also regarding your point about the, none of the particular instruments being jarring. I think you'll understand when I read this list why none of those instruments stand out. Vocals are Lyric Dubee. Lead guitar is Lyric Dubee. Piano is Lyric Dubee. Rhythm guitar is Lyric Dubee. Bass is Jeff Wardell and Lyric Dubee. Drums is Jeff Wardell. It's produced by Jeff Wardell and Lyric Dubee, and it's recorded by Jeff Wardell, and it's mixed by Jeff Wardell.
Well, let's go.
I wanted to make sure to mention Jeff Wardell because a lot of music producers get annoyed that we talk all the time about the lead singer of the band or just the band, and we don't talk about behind the scenes. And they're very instrumental, anybody who's working on these recordings, at making it, sound amazing. So there you go. But that's why it was so level, because Lyric is doing the whole thing. He wrote it and he played everything. And
but let's be clear, he didn't play the drums.
No.
Sad.
Well, actually, the drums in this song are really beautiful. It's very what got me in this song the most was the timing. So Lyric, obviously the song is pop. Lyric is known for his pop songs. He's a very poppy kid, but he's also very into, heavy rock. Yeah, he's a rock guitarist. He could play every genre. He plays jazz. He plays everything. He's very musically trained. He spent his entire life up until now learning music. So what we hear in this pop song is the timing. So the drums in the beginning, the very spaced out drumming that's happening in the beginning of the song that's very deliberate. And the words, the lyrics in the song are, I believe, meant to be artsy. And it's all about the way Lyric's singing it. His voice is just another instrument as far as he's concerned. And he's singing it to a very particular timing that creates such a hook. And then when he comes to that climax at the chorus, I mean, that's obviously his training. He knows how to make a song ready for radio, and that's what radio likes. They like that climax at the chorus, and that's what he's done. And I agree with you. It's brought together very nicely, like just, the way the song gently carries you through and then all of a sudden lifts you up. Yep. And it's so dramatic, and you can't help but think of some love story. And when I heard it, my impression was soundtrack for a movie. That was my impression. Yeah. And it's something it had a very cinematic feel, particularly the opening. Yes, it did. Yeah, it did. And I think when you watch the YouTube video, you'll see that as well. The YouTube video is funny because at the end of it, there's outtakes. Yep. So check out the YouTube video and you'll see those outtakes. They're pretty cute. Yep. But yeah, that's what I loved about the song, because like I said, I've been following Lyric for a long time, and this song was a bit of a departure from what he's done before. And it seems to be, it seems to reflect a little level of maturity that he's achieved in terms of where he wants his music to go.
Nice. Yeah. I had not heard of him before. I'm definitely going to be checking him out some more.
That's why we're here.
We'll continue just very shortly because we got a little clip of Lyric, and I wanted to read that piece out about Black Eyed Susie as well. But we got some comments, a long comment from Shalene, who
Fantastic.
seems to disagree with me a little bit. Well, let me read this out. So, when I first saw his Bandcamp page, I thought he looked like a young Vince Neil, who I interviewed many years ago. The song reminds me of something Coldplay would do. It's the song I've played most in the last 24 hours. Bought the EP, liked the video as well. The vocals almost sound androgynous, I think that's right, which is not a bad thing. The music doesn't overload the vocals. There's no reason why they shouldn't be played on commercial radio. Sudden Death of Stars doesn't seem juxtaposed to me. What does he know? Not too jarring or dramatic. Shalem brought the EP. Oh, and one more comment. He says, the first time I heard it, I thought it would be a great closing track for a movie. There we go. So we all agree it's a cinematic song, and yeah, we should be seeing this in our theatres soon, I hope, because that'll be great.
Oh, fantastic. I totally 100% agree with that.
Okay.
Are there any more comments, Mark?
That's all I've got on my feed. Come
on, people, please give us some comments. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have a watch party, Angela. They won't be showing up on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's go back and look at this.
Does that mean I have to go to Facebook and have a look? I'll have a look.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and play the clip while I look. Okay,
sounds good. Here we go. So this is, do you want to build a little bit of background on this, or let it stand as is?
Oh, this is just the interview that I did with Lyric. This is part of the video.
Said, well, you know what? I'm going to sing one with you, and you're just going to do solos, and then you're going to sing one and do your own thing, and I'll stay on stage to give you encouragement and to make sure the band's in with you, and away we went. And he tore them up. He tore them up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the audio, because we're live, the audio is not great, but that video from that interview is actually on my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So if you want to watch the whole thing, please visit on YouTube.
ojusteatit.ca. Go check it out. You have links to everything on your website, I believe, right? So
I have links to my website.
Yeah. So we won't bore everybody with. Just go to theinvisibleman.ca. ojusteatit.ca, all the links for everything are there. If you're watching this on Facebook, go and if you're watching this on the Oh Just Eat It Facebook page, come to the Invisible Man Show page, like it, and vice versa. So let's get you guys talking to each other. That'd be great. Okay, so that was the video. Make sure to turn that off so it doesn't come back on again. Yes, I wanted to just read that blurb off the YouTube. If I can find my notes. Which I can. I've got too many things open. Okay, this is from YouTube. Make songs here. So this was what was in the description on the YouTube for Back to You. I got the song. I'm feeling I got the song wrong. Back to You. That's right. So it says, we are so excited to present to you our official video for Back to You, a tune that I wrote in memory of my brother whose life was cut short by a devastating illness that stole his precious mind, our innocence, and his very life. This is for you, Brother John, once loved, never forgotten. Grab the song for free when you go to our website at www.black-eyedsuzie.com. Please feel free to share with friends, family, and loved ones. Love and peace, Christine. You also go check that out. And there we go. So there's links on the screen there, so we'll leave it off just for a few seconds there so you can note them down. We've got links to the songs, and I think in the descriptions, Facebook, YouTube. Go check out those. And if you have any questions about any of the songs that we discussed today, just please reach out to us, leave a comment, message, direct messages on Facebook, whatever. But we'll answer you and be glad to answer your questions.
Mark and I are social media addicts, so just send us a message if you have any questions. We will get back to you.
Indeed. And click the right button. I almost turned us off there. There we go. I think that we are probably. I think we're done. I think we're at the end of our the checklist of things we do. See, we're very prepared. There we go. You can't see that, but anyway.
Yep. Yep. This was a lot of fun, Mark. That was so much fun.
Yeah. So we'll.
I'm hoping it catches on and more people join us, because the conversation is the comments from the audience. That was my favorite part. Yeah. That was interesting to hear whether they agree, disagree, and what they said about.
Yeah. So actually, we have one more comment. Odell Dubee, great show, guys! Exclamation mark. Thank you so much, Odell. Thank you.
That's Lyric's dad.
And Shaleem says perhaps on a future show we can hear from Angela about how she got started.
So, sure. I love talking about myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we both like talking about ourselves, so that's great. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we don't have the songs lined up for next week, but we'll get those out to you. We'll select them and get them out to you shortly, probably tomorrow even. We'll see how we get on. So I think that's it. Check each other out on ojustseatit.ca, theinvisibleman.ca, and that's.
And also check out the Cannabis Castle YouTube channel. Videos that Mark and I both worked on are on that channel, for sure. And he can give you that link as well. Yeah,
actually, if you go to the Invisible Man YouTube channel, go to channels. It's actually listed in there. You'll see that in there as well as Angela's.
I also have it on the ojust.ca website. So you can click on the video that's listed there, and that'll take you to their channel. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and right before we go, Paulette Goujon, I hope I'm saying that right. Sounds like a good topic, Ange. And Tamara Dubee enjoyed the show, so thank you so much. And I think on that note, we will say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you hopefully on time next week. We'll see. Okay, 3:30 next Sunday.
Mark.
Oh, that way. That way.
High five.
Oh, there. Okay. Can we do it this way? We'll practice. We'll practice anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Cameron's messing me up.
Okay. We're still live. We should probably close this. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll practice the high five for next week. Thanks, Lars, and we'll catch you all later. Bye.